Hey, welcome, all my right thinkers. Thanks for tuning in and check out your boy P Farm Thinking Right out here in the lab, yeah, in the book. Oh, we're gonna do some culture. It's all about the culture. Let's go. Rightisms, 25 rules to live by. Storytelling, story with a message. There's a message in the story that I give you for life, even from the book. You tune in to receive them. I appreciate you. We got a good thing going. Let's do what we do. Right thinking mission, and I'm on it, is to enlighten, inspire, educate, and motivate you, the individual, to a higher spiritual level of enlightenment. Right thinking's way of life through mental and spiritual discipline, practice daily, will help and guide you to attain your goal of spiritual enlightenment, aka know thyself. My mission is that all right thinkers know thyself. Excuse me. God, sorry. All right thinkers know thyself. If you're a right thinker, your goal is to, know thyself. See where we going? Let's get it together. So I asked the question, do you know you? You will when I'm through? Yeah, that's what I do. Okay, but it's rhetorical. If you don't have an answer for yourself, tune in. I got you. A person who knows not and knows not that they know not is foolish. Disregard them. A person who knows not and knows that they know not. It's simple, but you can teach them. That's why I do what I do for you. Appreciate you too. Stay tuned. I got more for you. A person who knows not and believe and think that they know is dangerous. Avoid them. I do. A person who knows and knows not that they know is spiritually asleep. I can awaken them. I'm your spiritual alarm clock here to wake you up with knowledge of self. That's what I do for you. A person who knows and knows that they know is wise. Follow them. All these persons reside in you. Right thinkers, know thyself and to my yacht be true. This is gonna be fun. I got some fluff. I'm gonna let you know when I think it's fluff, it means it's information that a lot of people may not care about. So I made that decision for you. All right. It was about categories of culture expressions and the factors of culture expressions. I'm going to bypass that and take you straight to definition of culture expressions and the factors of the culture expression. A little quick breakdown, like 1, 2, 3, 4 different categories. And I got 2 more I'm going to kick in. Hopefully I got enough time for that. But this should be, like I say, informative information that hopefully can be useful. We talk about the culture, right thinkers? So let's talk about definition of the 4 cultures. The following general designations to describe the dominant cultures of the world. Views being explored in this volume. The book we talk about, we're going to give you a bird's eye view, a breakdown of everybody's concept. Okay, this is the culture. And this does not include all cultures of the world. Okay, we'll make that clear. First, we're going to start out with definitions. I got a whole little paragraph of information. It's the definition of the Western culture. Let's see what they're talking about. See what they're about, okay? And this is fun. Like I say, this is the first time go around for me, so let's go and take this step by step. Hope I can make it make sense, because like I said, I didn't study it. I didn't prepare, so really I'm telling you I'm unprepared. Let's go. All right. Right? Western culture. For the purpose of this study, Western culture constitutes the traditions, beliefs, and productions of those people who have developed the societies in the western part of the continent of Asia, Europe, and who see this part of the world as their homeland, or view the world from the perspective of the traditions, including their religions and norms of that region, as they call it Eurocentric, okay, from Europe, okay, that part of the country, that part of the continent. This includes, you ready? Eurocentric includes the United States of America, Canada, as well as other countries which have societies that are descendants from the Europe colonial rulers and which control the government of the former colonies. What that mean? Slaveholders. Including Australia, New Zealand, etc. Also included are countries where what? Where the political order is supported or enforced neocolonialism or capitalistic globalism by the Western countries. In a broad sense, Western culture is a way of thinking that what? That the region, including, excuse me. Culture is the way of thinking. Okay, way of thinking what? That has spread it. Their way of thinking, because they colonized it, just spread, they wouldn't colonize it. It spread far and afield. And now includes what? Includes all who adopt the philosophies, the norms, and the customs of that region, including secularism and religions that are predominantly led by Christians, by the Jewish and Islamic religions. That's the Western culture. And that's pretty much they're saying we run by Christian, Muslim, and Jewish philosophy, and everybody have a slice of the pie that they feel they justice is right. And they're right. Again, I try to make it clear. As a people, same right as every individual. You can believe in God, you cannot believe in God, and be right. Why? That's your prerogative. That's your right. When you got to deal with you on Judgment Day, you will deal, see if you was right or you was wrong. Again, when I was selling drugs, I knew if I got caught wrong, I'd probably get killed. If I got caught by police, I'm going to jail. That's a phrase that most men should use. When that situation, you don't know whether to shit or go blind. I'm at my best when I'm in a predicament where I got to make that kind of decision. Why? That's the kind of life I used to live. I'm prepared for that. So I'm not new to that situation. But yeah, making decisions based on what you think is best for you. But this whole culture is based on Christian, Jewish, and Islamic concepts. Fine. Now, let's talk about, this is just a breakdown. I ain't calling it right, wrong, and different. Remember, everybody's entitled to their opinion. That's why one who do and one who don't, they both right. Because they have the right to believe. Moving on. The definition of the Arab culture. Who the Arabs? It's okay. It's okay. I'm here to teach, not to just, not to judge and mock nobody. Okay, let me help you out. The definition of Arab culture. Now, for the purpose, again, of this study, your Arab culture, it constitutes the traditions, the beliefs, and again, production of those people who have developed their societies in the southwestern part of the continent of Asia. Arabia, Mesopotamia, and now also North Africa, who see this part of what? Of the world as their homeland, or view the world from the perspective of the what? These traditions, including, again, their religion and norms of that region. In a broad sense, Arabia culture is a way of thinking that what? Has spread far afield and now includes all who adopt the philosophies, the norms, and the customs of that region. When they come in, that's what we're doing. Get with the movement or get out. That's what their philosophy. That was the Arabs. They came in, you Egyptian, Ra or Allah. And you said Ra, Christians did the same thing. Look up the Crusade and the Inquisition. Or get some history about the Knights Templars. All right, let's go. They was killing people, claiming that God gave them the right to do that. You know that? Moving on. I know a lot of y'all who follow. I'm a teacher, so I study. This is what I do. Just to give information. There's nothing more. Just, did you know that? I'm only asking, did you know that? If I'm giving you information that you already know, I'm not enlightening you. So my job is to enlighten you. I Give information I'm pretty sure a lot of people don't have. Why? I take the time to get it. Some people don't. That's all. I make it easy for you. I give it to you. Tune in. I got you. But that's my job. That's my goal. That's my job. Now, the Arabs, Mesopotamia, now, in the Norms region, now in a broad sense, they try to say that Arab culture is another way of thinking that has, again, spread far and wide. And now it includes all who adopt their philosophies, their norm routines, and their customs of that region. If you're in that area, you are Arab. Is that fair? That's what they do. If you're United States, you can be whatever you want. Certain places, that's what you're gonna be. And then the women don't got much rights in the Islamic concept. So moving on. It ain't my job. I'm just giving you the definition. I'm not an Arab. I'm not a Christian. So let's move on. You got now, here we go. Scooby-Doo, roll. Eastern culture. But we just did the Western culture in the yeah, okay. We talk about the real East. Sorry. The definition of Eastern culture, excuse me. Now, again, this is all for the purpose of educating, for studying, and gaining knowledge. Your Eastern culture constitutes the traditions that they follow, their beliefs that they have, and the productions of those people who have developed the societies in that eastern part of the continent of Asia. You got Asia, you got India, you got China. That's the East. As far as you can go, all right? And what's this? I think so. And those who see the parts of this world as their homeland, okay? That's their native to the land. Or they view the world from a perspective of what? Said traditions, including religions. Everybody has a religious perspective. A culture needs religion to keep it going, what? Through the motions, living, doing righteous things to keep God at peace with them. Their God of their choice. Moving on. And you follow their norms of that region. That's called Endocentric. Okay? No, Indiocentric. Yeah, Endocentric, right. Now, in a broad sense, your Eastern culture is a way of thinking that includes what? All who adopt their philosophies, their norms and customs of that region. No matter where you come from, no matter who you are, and you're there, that you're one of them. That's what they're telling me. Okay? Now let's talk about my favorite. What is it? Africa. You're right. African culture. Alright, I'm hooked. I'm in. I've been in Africa over 30 years now, and I'm not leaving, so call it what you want, say what you want. I'm there. Now, African culture, for the purpose of the study, again, all this is disclosure, African culture or Southern culture constitute the tradition, the beliefs, and the production of those people who have developed societies in the continent of Africa, sub-Saharan countries, and who see this part of the world as what? As their homeland or view to the world from an Afrocentric in a broad stroke, since African culture is a way of the African culture is a way of thinking that what? That includes all who adopt the philosophies, their norms and customs of said region. If you're here, this is what we're doing. Okay? You can't be not a Jew and be in a Jewish culture. It won't work. They're not going to allow that. Simple as that. Moving on. And that's their right. Again, with that, no, that's their way of doing things. Simple as that. If you're a bad Jew, they can kick you out. They're not going to let you embarrass them. And did you know this? The Jews is the richest religion. There's more Christians. Jews got more money. That should be pissing somebody off, because y'all love that money. Yeah. Y'all talk that God stuff, but y'all love that money. I know. Moving on. Now, let's talk about it right quick. In Africa, it was known by all the other groups of people to be the most spiritual people on the planet. Building great monuments, teaching great philosophy, everything going right. What happened? It was asking me, well, if they were so good, how'd they get taken over? Good question. When you are an honest man and you deal with that guy right there, he's going to hold you. Why? He's not an honest man. You don't know that until what? You trust him and you find out that he got you. That's how. And they've been, for a long time now, their biggest nightmare is that we realize it as a people and stop it. But a few of us ain't enough to stop it. We need the whole kit and caboodle. Everybody got to be on board. All hands on deck. Why? We got work to do. And some of us ain't gonna make it back, but we need to all go. How many come back? That's cool. But we need to, not just in a few, we need to all get in the fight. Simple as that. Moving on. Nah, not a physical fight. The war of consciousness, becoming conscious and waking up as a people. Not got to start no damn fist fight wars. See? Please don't misinterpret the lesson like they did. They misinterpreted Jesus for the damn son dying in 3 days and coming back. They said a man did it for real. No, it didn't. No, it didn't. Y'all just misunderstood that. You really misinterpreted. You really got that wrong. 2,000 years, y'all still riding the same lie. See, they got, when you lie, deny. But I called you to come on house. That wasn't me, baby. I seen it. That wasn't me. But Shaq said, wasn't me. That's total denial. But yeah, that's, I ain't going there. I ain't going with that. Where we at? Now let's talk about the concept of our African culture. It was revered and respected. And then all of a sudden, it was taken away. Copied and repackaged. And we on the outside looking at it, so to speak. So that's just, in the words that my man said, the Greeks and the Romans borrowed our knowledge. They borrowed our guys. Turned into, they cut up. They didn't mean no harm. They just was borrowing them. Changed the names of us and everything that come from Egypt. Egypt ain't even our name. It started with that. How about that? That Persian got to right. Why, if we tell you we Cometians, you call us Egyptians? Well, because you're black. You look burnt to me. Okay, but that ain't our name. What the hell? We got nickname. Everybody where I come from had a nickname. Why? Sometimes you look like this, or sometimes you remind them of that, or whatever it was, when I was coming up in the streets, anybody in my clique, you had to have a name. I still got names from who I gave them out to people. Why? Because when the police pick you up, they're going to ask you your name, and they're going to ask you your alias. Before they ask you your alias, or they ask your name, you give them your alias. You don't give them your name. That's just old school street stuff. I can't get out of that. But everything had a purpose and a reason, okay? And with the African culture, with us being so spiritual and so honest and forthright, we easy pickings. That innocent girl who don't know the streets, who don't know, that smooth talking dude who know that, what's gonna happen? Big Bad Wolf gonna take Little Red Riding Hood for like Jack and Jill. I'm going to him. But he gonna come down smiling and the money and the water. He gonna get it all, okay? And old Jill gonna go out there on the corner, real red hot and say, yeah, over here, yeah. So that's the game. Don't get caught out there. What, got lost and turned out? Olivia, they had the record about that. Lost and turned out. Ran into the guy. That story most people like. Been there too. Moving on. Now, I just brought that down. Let me quickly give you the breakdown of the following definition of two simple keys that you should understand in the categories of our cultural expressions. We just broke them all down for you, and they all had pretty much the same thing. The factors of what we call cultural expressions. And what this was like a little graph, a little breakdown, you know what I'm saying? Again, is information. Like I said, I call it fluff, so I don't indulge it. But it showed you the categories of cultural expressions, the fact that I'm about to break down now, and then gonna go to the myth and religion related to correlation methods. Pretty much all, again, fluff. All right, let's get to the good stuff. I got two of them for you right quick. The first one is Definition, categories of cultural expressions. What do the culture express? What do they mean? What were they trying to get done? What were they trying to accomplish? Now, broad areas whereby a culture expresses itself, culture expresses itself in the world. Example, religion is a broad category, right, of cultural expression. I mean, it ain't really don't speak for the culture. Religion don't speak for the whole culture because I got 3 different ones. But all cultures may have a religion. There you go. Why? Religion is important. I know that. I keep telling you that. However, those religions are not necessarily the same. Ding, 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 ding. In wording and saying what they really are. Why? Because they go to get you to God. But they take this way, he take that way. Okay, I tell you, 9 billion people, 9 billion ways. If you want to piggyback on somebody else, come on, I got you. I can get you there. You want to try Christianity? It'll get you there. A long way around. But my point again, get there. It don't get to you. You got to get to it, so to speak. And where we at? So those religions are not necessarily the same. Doing a wedding. Catholic, Protestant. What's the difference? I don't know. But the Psalm 23 is different for the Catholics than the Protestants. You know that? Again, I don't know nothing about that stuff. I just listen. What the? Okay, whatever. But again, there's always division, I won't say corruption, but more so misinterpretation. A thief won't study and learn. He'll just get the answer and think he knows. Moving on. Learn and then you know. We are different. Okay, no, excuse me. What are the differences? I don't have that much time, but they're going to break it down for you right quick. And how can these differences be clarified, classified, and compared? Oh, I think you're going to do that. Nope, I'm not going to do that. But again, every religion has its purpose and reason, and they're different, but they're the same. They always want to say, I'm a Muslim, I'm a Christian, I'm a Jew. You are BSers. Belief system followers. I had to get that in. All right, a little religious joke. Next one is, I'm going to let that be there. Categories of culture expression. They all want to express themselves for their religion and be respected. Okay, fine. Not a problem. Because everybody has that. Moving on. I chose to follow my commission. Why? For the questions that I had, they answered them for me. It just made sense. Why? After the Greeks had already set me up with all the philosophy anyway, so it fitted perfect for me. But now that this is us, I'm loving that. I get damn about this. Okay, I got this first, so what? Moving on. I know where I got it from. Remember, I'm an origin man. Okay, the origins of things. The beginnings. All right, to wrap this up. I see the clock. Oh, Lord. Definition of factors of cultural expression. What are they? Factors of cultural expression are methods or means by which a culture expresses its categories. Examples, myth is a factor of religion. Why? It's storytelling. To give you an understanding, to teach you a lesson by which a religion is expressed in a unique way. You call it the mythological language. It has a language that speaks to you by what? A particular culture. The Egyptian was very astute in what? Just that. Telling you a story that made sense, that you can understand, manifest, and even mimic to get where you want to go. They lay it out for you. Oh, how do you know about this? How do you know about that? They was well more advanced technically, technologically, and spiritually than we will ever be. I'm saying that why I'm still learning about this stuff. And ain't nothing new came down the pike yet that I don't understand. Why? Because of them. That's why I got a nice little show. I like my little library over there. That's a lot of information. I got a stack of books here. My library only full with books that I read. I don't just get book notes. And how about this? Usually my books be all yellowed out. There's some yellow in here, I think. Or did it? Ain't got here yet. Okay, this is for the ground. This is virgin. She's untouched. Let's touch it. All right, let me wrap this lesson. No, I'm getting too crazy. All right, but the fact is, understanding what they all particularly want to express themselves in every culture in determining the common elements of different religions. There are several factors which can be used as criteria to what determine whether or not the culture had common origins. Where did it come from? Who started it? Who practiced this? Where'd you get it from? Who started it? What is it doing? That's the concept. Now, if cultures are related, they will use what they call common stories. All right. We got a story of Amun. We got a story of Ra. We got a story of Ptah. We got the story of the Trinity, Holy Family, Asar, Aset, Hanu. We got Amun, Mu, and Kansu. We got Ptah, Sekhmet, and Nefertim. I can go on. Why? Because I study. So I have everybody's concept to understand them. That's the difference. That's why. And everybody have a story. Everybody have a God, and he has a different name. Moving on. And they will use the common stories. Why? Ain't no new story. Gilgamesh, the Iliad, the Odyssey, they're all the same damn story. Good versus evil. Simple. Or other common factors such as what? The patterns to what? Express the main doctrine. Okay, is what? Know thyself for the Egyptians. The Greeks stole that. Know thyself. That's where they got it from. Okay, no problem. Romans, they used it too. Christians, Christ. Oddballs. Moving on. But everybody have a doctrine of the said religion, or what they call to lead you on your spiritual path for social philosophy, etc. But these are listed below. I'm about to wrap up the next page. Okay, now the following section I'm about to read introduces the categories of cultural expressions as well as the factors or aspects of the categories which reflect the unique forms of the manifestation within a given culture. If the God that you serve and the culture is not prosperous, you serving the wrong God. I'm going to stop there because it goes down to here to linguistics, symphonics. Again, more fluff, forms, architecture. I look at the clock. I might slide. No, I'm going to stop. I'm going to wrap this up with the ritual and tradition. I want to get this in before I close it out. Rituals and traditions. You get the myth. That's the story. The ritual is you practice said story to get the understanding of who? The person going through, the God. You put yourself in Christians, how y'all become Christ-like. Ritual, let me break it down. Ritual and tradition, the prescribed order of a religious ceremony. Every Sunday, y'all go to church. Saturday, it's Christians, the Muslims, the Jews go to synagogue. Friday, on Sunday, y'all do Jumu'ah prayer, y'all do night prayer on Friday, but y'all go to Sunday school service, also Sunday service. So everybody has a tradition. That's what that is. The ritual is practice. That's what you do. Now, that's number one. Number two is the body of ceremonies or rites used in a place of worship. I'm a Mason. I love rituals. Got my little book. I have raised so many people from the dead to living perpendicular on the square that I can count. Why? That's what I practiced. I did it for 15 years. It was a tradition. It's what we practiced. It's what I did. Like I'm doing now. Just teaching, help me out. That's it. Moving on. And tradition, that's the worship part. Worship is practicing what you believe. That's it. If you believe it, practice it and go all in. That's all. Tradition. Some people understand. My tradition is father, son, stick together. There's no separation, okay? We got to be together, unity, okay? Tradition, that's tradition. Father's Day, I get with my boys. Birthday, one or the other. If I don't see my boys another time, I know on my Father's Day or my birthday, I will get a visit from my boys. Moving on. That's tradition, okay? Personal. Now, tradition, one, is four of them. Ooh, nice little lesson here. I'm going to wrap this up. The passing down of elements of the culture from what? Generation to generation. You see that right there? 3 generations. See right there? 3 generations. That's what it represents. Generation to generation. Watch this. And what? Especially when by oral communication. My son would tell you, Dad, I get it. Dad, I get it. Why? When he was young, I talked. They called me the preacher because I was talking so much. When they played basketball, all the kids piled up in my car, I'm talking. And guess what? About to get misty. They were listening. That's the best part right there. If they listen, they are the beneficiaries of the lesson that you trying to give them. That's all I was doing. I ain't never took nothing from nobody. Moving on. Always gave. What? I got it. I got my lesson from him. I gave it to my son. And guess what? He gave it to his. That's tradition. Get out of there. Get out of there. You're getting misty. All right. Get out of there. A mode of what? Thought or behavior followed by what? A people continuously went from generation to generation. If we kept going that way, my son would be in prison. I would be visiting him, and we'd be going over how dumb we did, all the nonsense. No, he's successful in his life. He's doing what I taught him to do. We stopped that. No, we changed the program. Now the generation I got another generation. My grandkids ain't in trouble. Don't do bad things. They're good people. That's under my tutelage. I'm driving the bus at this point. Moving on. That's tradition. You can change it or you can keep it going. It's a custom of usage. Be it good or bad. I hear people talking about, we got the generational curse of being a-holes. Okay, y'all just too dumb to stop it. When somebody figure that out, then maybe it'll change. But till everybody's still doing it, yeah, that's what it is. Moving on. A set of such customs and uses viewed as what? A coherent body of proceedings influencing the present. I used to do what he did. That got me in prison. Why would I continue to follow him? When I came out of prison, we lived together. I moved out. Why? I'm not doing this, dog. That's why, excuse me, but that's personal. Again, I keep it real, no problem. But that's the decision I made, and that's tradition. That tradition of doing wrong is no longer in our family tradition. It died with him. Moving on. And watch this. You got what they call a body of unwritten religious precepts. Some things we just not going to do. I set that precedent for my son. You ain't gonna be a drug dealer. You ain't doing none of that. Understand, I did that. And a time-honored practice, which is what? Being a father. Leading your son in the right direction. That's what. And being there. Just being there. And you practice this. And you're set for what? Life. I want to drop the pen. I got a little more to go. I'm almost done. I'm almost there. Promise. Rituals, objects, and traditions is implying observances, festivals, holidays. Again, we get together, we make our own. That's what we do. Related to what? To the myths. And they're used as tangible symbols of the myths. Traditions in this context may be understood as a legacy of rituals that's performed at an earlier point in history and it's been handed down to the descendants of the mythological, religious, spiritual heritage to which a particular culture adheres. I went back to Egypt to get what kept them in harmony for thousands of years. That's self-knowledge. That's what I'm giving you. Now, as such, they are instruments, again, to what? To facilitate the remembrance of who we are. I'm saying, know thyself. I'm saying, no, how about we remember who we really are? That's what they're saying right here. By what? Practicing and having an identification with the key elements of the myth. Learning the character, become him, and understand him. And this function of rituals, which I love, and traditions, which go with it, is more significant than just being a social link in the past generation of cultures. Okay, well, I'm just now make your own way. And when thus becomes one with the passion to God, which I transform in the deity of the myths, and now what? In so doing, attains communion. I meditate every day so I can commune with my higher self. I live right so I can receive the blessings that I deserve from doing just that. That's all I got for you. Wow, I lived that. That's all I can teach you. I ain't got nothing else. Moving on. And when you have communion, when you obtain enlightenment, that means you reach communion with what? With that divinity of your choice. If you're Muslim, it's Allah. If you're Jewish, it's Yahweh, whoever, Jehovah. But if you're Christian, it's Christ. Fully understanding, fully respectful. Understand. Let me take this thing on. I'm tired of talking about it. This advanced practice, again, advanced. They know we get into stuff that ain't normal now. I'm taking it to the next level. I hope you're ready. This advanced practice daily of rituals and traditions constitute the third level of all religion. There we go. Taking it home. The metaphysics of what they call mystical experience, a level we call in Egypt Nihas, and which will explain all the followers in the next section what that's really about. That's what I'm headed for next. But right now, in closing, right thing, I appreciate you. Thank you for tuning in. It took too much of your time, but I hope the lesson was worth it. You should get something out of it. That's my goal. And in closing, may you all let it be 100. Me 100 minus that day. So I know my right thing passed away. I'm about to hit you up with some myth and its origins and psychological, spiritual metaphors, language. Oh, I'm having fun now. I'm about to teach. Let's go. I'll be right back.